Hey, how's it going everyone? Pogo Science here. Thank you so much once again for coming on in. Happy holidays everyone. We need to talk about the untalked Pokemon regarding this latest patch, you guys. We see a lot of content on Pikachu and Cinderace and Decidueye, but no one's talking about the bro, and we need to talk about it, the Slowbro, because Slowbro received a major buff, you guys, during the latest patch to its passive, which allows it now to essentially restore a lot more HP, it seems like, while lowering your opposing Pokemon's special defense. And then Scald. Scald has been a move that's been already buffed before, and Pokemon Unite has been trying very hard to continue to improve it, and now it deals the damage dealt to the opposing Pokemon has increased, effects on the user strengthen, effect on the opposing Pokemon strengthen, and whenever they drop those patch notes for that, and they just don't really describe exactly what happens to the move, it's a little confusing, but it seems like overall it's going to be very strong, and we're going to go ahead and run it today, you guys. We're going to be running the moveset of Scald and Amnesia, and Amnesia also got a buff, you guys. Amnesia got a buff, not so much to the move itself. I think you have to wait until you hit a certain level before you see the Amnesia buff. So it increases special defense probably a bit more than it usually does. So Amnesia, it's really good for restoring some of your health, increasing your defense, and then also the next time you throw off a Scald, it does more damage, you guys. And Scald also does a lot of damage. After using Amnesia, you'll see in this video, we already got Scald, and Scald's a very nice move to have. It lowers your opponent's attack as well, pushes them back, and slows them down if they stay in that little circle that you'll see each time I throw off a Scald. Right there, you see that little white line circle. If they stay in that area, they'll be slowed down. So Slowbro is such a good crowd control in a way. Even though we're not using Surf anymore. We're not using Surf. You have the trade-off of Surf or Scald. We're going to be using Scald for the video, of course. And then we see Fletching enter the arena now. We're pursued by the Machoke. And I'm actually kind of trying to bait the Machoke, because I know it's low health, and I'm trying to get it closer to our side so I can probably take it out myself. But the Machoke was a little too smart for me. Talon, or I should say the Fletchinder, is a little more brave, and it eventually retreats. So I'm working away, trying to get up to the Amnesia, because once you get to Amnesia, this is what I'm going to show you guys. That is very difficult to kill a Slowbro with Scald and Amnesia, because both moves really does a great job of really hindering your opponent, really, and also buffing yourself up at the same time. So Slowbro is not going to get you a lot of kills. It's not going to be amazing at farming, so you got to take the farm whenever you can, and we're doing a great job so far. We're keeping pace with our lane mate here, the eventual Serena. I forget the name of it before Serena, actually. And then we see the Machoke continue to hang around. I really wanted to score here. And using Scald before scoring is actually a good idea, because it'll lower the Machoke's attack, so you have a higher chance of scoring, right? Alongside with Score Shield, which I am rocking in this video, along with Buddy Barrier. I think Focus Band is my third item. All level 30 items. See, I see Amnesia right there. I was very tempted to click Telekinesis, and then the Serena can maybe take it out after I Telekinesis it. But for the video, I will be using Scald. I'm trying. Look at how long I'm surviving right now. Using Amnesia to gain back some HP and increasing my defense, and then the next Scald does more damage to all these bees. So yeah, it's very difficult. I was hanging by a few HP before I was able to throw off my Amnesia to get back some HP and survive there. And then we take out the Machoke up there, you see, and the Talon drops right on top of me. I was low health, you see, for a moment, but Oblivious, you guys. See that little blue bar? That's what really Oblivious is, I believe. So Oblivious is your passive, even though I don't know where it says that, though. I had to look it up, because when I saw the patch note, I was like, what is Oblivious? It's not one of its normal moves. I was like, is it getting a new move, or is that the name of the Unite? And I totally have not noticed that all this time. But I looked it up, and they actually say Oblivious is the passive. So the passive now allows you to kind of restore more HP, it seems like, in general. So whenever you take damage, you see that you see that little blue bar right next to the green bar, and that's the damage that's kind of like stored up, that you actually will regain some of your HP. So you don't take as much damage. So the combination of the passive and the Scald and the Amnesia really makes it very difficult to kill. And then we haven't even talked about this Unite move yet. So we're not at level 9 yet. We're getting there, and we're keeping pace with everyone right now. That's what you want to do as a tank. Not take up too much of the farm, but also keep pace. And the best way you can kind of help keep pace is obviously getting kills, but if you can't, then definitely score. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up these extra balls here to try to get more points in the goal so I can continue to gain XP without farming, guys. I want to leave Serena more of the farm. So we actually reached level 9 now, which is great. Just as I said I was going to leave Serena some of the farm, I go ahead and take his farm. So I'm going to get this score in right under 11 points, just so my teammate can maybe overcap. And I'm going to go ahead and pursue this Machoke just a little bit, so either Serena or Greninja can overcap right here. And both of them were kind of debating who should do it. Serena definitely should. And we're going to go ahead and also take out Dreadnought here. I think there's no enemy down bottom. Top looks like it's already been destroyed both ways, actually. So I actually was not keeping an eye out on who took Rotom. I have no idea because both goals are broken up top. But Rotom is about to spawn soon, so I start calling for help. Looks like 3 of our teammates are busy trying to push, which is fine, but I think with 20 seconds to go, this is either a moment where you decide, okay, either we go all the way now or we retreat and then meet up at Rotom. So I keep on calling for retreat. There's only 10 more seconds. Nothing's really happening. It seems like they're actually fighting maybe 2-on-3 now. Down bottom, I'm hanging around here just trying to ID to see if any of the enemy are here right now. I'm level 10, looking good. Drop off. So the thing you want to do also while we're here, it's a better combo to throw Amnesia first, then Scald, because once you do Amnesia, the next Scald that you throw off will deal more damage. So that's very important. You see, Scald actually does a lot of damage. For a tank move, it's actually a lot of damage, you guys. Did we lose Rotom? No, we got Rotom, thankfully. That Gardevoir was scaring me a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and take out the Machamp right there. Night, sleep tight. I'm going to pursue the Gardevoir as well with my teammates. Pick up some of these balls. And like I said, you just want to score as much as you can to keep on gaining XP without, taxing your teammates' farm. So I'm going to go ahead and take out, help take out the Talon right there. And I'm just trying to get the Rotom in there. The Machamp is fighting as bravely as it possibly can. Now more of the reinforcements are back, so I think we have to retreat just a little bit. And then the Crustle uses this Unite, so that's actually pretty good. We actually got the Crustle to use this Unite, so that's really good. And look at how long I'm hanging around this fight. And I actually had an opportunity probably right there to actually escape. I chose not to, and I'm fighting 1-on-4 right now. Still alive because of Scald, because of Oblivious. And I finally go down, you guys. It took 4 enemies to take me out when I already had like maybe about 30% of my HP left. So like I was mentioning earlier, I was trying to score there just to get the XP, if anything. I'm okay with dying, especially you want to die. It's okay to die like around the 3-minute mark, because in case you die later, you get to respawn a little bit sooner. So I slowed down the Crustle and prevented from scoring. And actually, it was actually very nice that I scored up top, because it left exactly 1 point remaining on that goal. So we can definitely have a nice juicy overcap later, perhaps. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to farm now, since none of my teammates are around. With 30 seconds to go, I don't feel selfish taking this farm. And I also want to have some balls before the Articuno or Zapdos. I forget, or is it definitely Zapdos? This is not a Articuno map. I see Crustle here, and Crustle and I have butted heads before. Let's see what we do. No, Crustle's just going to walk away. Okay, totally fine with me. So I'm going to continue to just farm a little bit. See if I can get to level 13. That would be kind of nice if I get there, because you do get a nice little power spike at level 13 for the Amnesia boost, I believe. So we do hit level 13, so that's very nice. So now, so whenever you see Scald plus or Amnesia plus down on the buttons below, that means you're at the next power spike. So that's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually start Zapdos. If anything, I wanted to bait out my enemy to kind of show itself and reveal where they're hiding or anything. And I knew we had a man advantage, so I was totally fine. Especially when the man is Crustle, right? That means they had no tank around. And I'm going to go ahead and actually absorb that. We just totally absorbed that Gardevoir Unite move like nothing. I actually catch the Talon, which is one of the ones I really wanted, because Talon is so pesky. But the enemy still took out Articuno. So what we're going to do here, and 3 of our teammates die actually right here. But watch what I do here. I'm fighting a 1-on-2. If they kill me, I think it's over right here. But look at this, you guys. I'm hanging on with all these moves I'm throwing off, and they decided to just leave because they're like, no, screw it. We gotta go, you guys. We gotta go score. I was distracting them for so long. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a couple more balls here and try to drop in this huge goal if we can. And it's a very nice overcap as well. And get away from me, B. I don't want to. There's no way the B will stop me from scoring, but it's still better to get rid of the B. So at this point, I think I saw a flash that said we were ahead, even though we lost Articuno right there. So I was a little confused because I didn't know if that came before or after the goal. So I was pretty sure at this point now, I think that we were ahead, but I wasn't positive, especially when I saw my teammates attack. And I'm like, oh shoot, do they know something I don't? So I decided to go back because I don't want Serena to have to defend 2 goals by itself with 25 seconds to go. So I decided to just hang back, and I feel pretty confident we're ahead. And we're now, the goal I put in right before or after that we are in the lead pop-up definitely should indicate that we were ahead by a solid amount. So the talent is trying to play it all tricky on us, and a little too late, and Slowbro gets one final KO before the end. And it's a very strong win, I think, overall. Aside from losing the Zapdos, we pretty much dominated from beginning to end, I felt. And Slowbro did have one death in the game. That was the 1-on-4 melee up top. So it's not invincible, but if it needs 4 people to take it out, it's kind of nuts. And look at that, you guys. We scored 222 points. That's without taking Zapdos, you guys. So Slowbro is such a darn good tank. Can score at will because it's so hard to kill. It's even hard to disrupt this score shield because of how much HP it has as well. And then we see the tail of the tape. We win by almost 100 points, and we were leading by a sizable amount. So that's very important to constantly get as much insurance as you can before Zapdos, in case you do lose Zapdos, which is what happened there. But we continued to score after Ziora and myself were able to help counter score a lot of their points and erase them. And yeah, overall, 4 kills, 3 assists. I mean, you might think that it's not crazy good numbers, but 4 kills is the second most on the team, and we absorbed the most damage on the team, which is what you have to do as a tank, and we recovered a lot as well. And we actually technically did third most damage on the team, right behind Ziora. I think our Greninja just popped off. Greninja had a very strong game, it seemed. So if you look at just the other 4 players, we actually were up there in terms of damage done as well, and that's really good because Amnesia doesn't even do anything in terms of damage, I don't believe.